All right, YouTube, I'm back. I just got out of the gym, so if I'm a little shiny, that's why. Let's see, this Thursday is somewhere around 12 something p.m. Lunch break workout session, and what's on my mind right now is the things that I stopped doing, the things that I sacrificed to obtain the PMP and CAPM. Now, the reason why this is on my mind, maybe yesterday or the day before, I deleted Facebook off of the Facebook app off of my cell phone, and I already had this approach to Instagram. I delete it during the week, and if I feel compelled to, I'll download it for the weekend, you know, Friday evening, maybe Saturday morning. Last weekend I did not, so I haven't been on Instagram for a few weeks, a couple weeks, I'm not sure. So I decided to give Facebook the same approach, because right now I'm on a mission to kind of finish completely changing my life. So no, the PMP and CAPM just weren't, you know, the end all be all for me. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm going back to my sacrificing. I'm sacrificing social media. So I wanted to make a video about the things, the quick sacrifices that go a long way to obtain your PMP or CAPM. And to be honest, this can be used for any kind of educational pursuit, really. But since I, again, obtained the CAPM and PMP, yes, I'm going to keep saying that, recently, we're going to apply this to project management, right? So let's get into the first. All right, number one, social media, of course. When I did both CAPM and PMP, I started this no social media during the week type of approach, and really it was a almost cold turkey no social media at all. I just don't think now is the time to be scrolling endlessly or even keeping up with other people's lives, keeping up with people who are only showing you the highlights. They're not going to show you, hey, I'm struggling, you know, studying for the PMP. I don't understand this or that. They're going to say the good parts about it. You don't need to see all that. You don't need to keep up with random events in other people's lives, random events in celebrities' lives. You need to focus on yourself right now. So no social media, or I say sacrifice social media almost altogether while you're obtaining this, because it's just taking up mental bandwidth that you need right now. So you need it to not memorize things, but to completely understand it. You need to get in the mindset of a project manager. You need to get in that PM mindset. So you don't need to just randomly keep up with some kind of Facebook drama. You know how it goes. You see somebody going crazy, you check everybody's pages. Not right now. We don't need to do that right now. So first and foremost, social media. We're gonna sacrifice that for right now. I know it's tough. You wanna keep up with this person, that person. Do you want a PMP? All right, suck it up. Number two, probably harder than number one. Social media is pretty tough. It has a pull on everybody. It's a drug. What could be harder than social media? I know. Music. I know. You almost wanted to cut the video off just now. I know. Music. But Taylor Swift, Beyonce concert, Clips just put out an album. I haven't listened to it yet. Drake and Kendrick. Do you want a PMP? We're not doing lyrical music right now. If you're anything like me, you have thousands of songs memorized here. A song from years ago, yesterday, last week, last month can come on. I can sing it, rap it, word for word. I am no musician. Why do I know this? It has no benefit to my life, but I know it, and I can't get it out of here. If I could just delete that to make room for something else, I would, but that's how it is. Now is not the time to put new stuff up here. Now is not the time to kind of reignite the memories of music that you have memorized. We need to be memorizing project management content. We need to be memorizing the PM mindset, what to do in these situations. Music right now, lyrical music. That's why I say lyrical for a reason. I'm in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. I found a easy listening classical music station. No words, just classical music. I found that some random, I forget, let's see what this is. It's like 89.9 or something like that. It's weird. I love it though. So once I found that, I still haven't taken it off. I listen to it all the time. So I'm not saying no music, it's just no lyrical music. Why do you want to memorize other people's stuff right now? You need to memorize your stuff. Look at it like a self-love type of thing. I'm focused on me right now. My music, which is my education. In this case, project management education. Don't care about your album. Don't care about your concert. In fact, let's obtain this PMP skill set, this project management skill set, this PMP credentials, get a promotion on your job, get a project management position, project manager position, somehow get that income increase. You can go to a Beyonce concert in any country. Right now though, let's do that later. Let's do that when we can comfortably do it. Now, if you can comfortably do it now, you aren't really that driven to get the PMP, cool, do your thing. But if we're really trying to do this, let's do all that later. We're focused on our stuff right now, not other people's lyrical music. That's taking up space up here, just like the social media stuff. Get to that later, not right now. Last but not least, I think this will be last. Last but not least, I'm a dad. I think the majority of the content on this channel is going to be about professional development and parenting, balancing the two. So the last one is going to be sacrificing you know how you give your kid homework, or not give them, you set time to do homework, and while they're doing homework, you go scroll your phone, you sit down, you relax, you take a load off. We're going to sacrifice that for right now. While they're doing their homework, you do yours. If they're studying, you study, because your journey influences their journey. When I did the CAPM, my daughter was in the 3rd grade, about to take her first EOG. EOG is starting in 3rd grade. All she knew was, I'm taking a long test too. That's all I told her. So I need to pass my CAPM professional certification so she can pass the math and reading EOG. It's a motivation thing. And it's also just take advantage of the quiet moments that are right there for the taking. We're in a study type of environment right now, or homework type of environment. While they're doing homework, knock out a couple quizzes. While they're studying, like she was doing EOG, it wasn't EOG prep, she was in 3rd grade, but you know, she was doing stuff that was specifically for, you know, kind of preparing, but it wasn't specifically EOG prep. While she's doing that, you know, I'm doing some studying, maybe listening to a couple of Joseph Phillips courses or videos in his course. So sacrifice that time to relax while they're handling their business as a kid, because one, your commitment influences and motivates them to do their thing on the things that they need to do from an educational standpoint. Two, we're taking advantage of the kind of educational environment that we have set for them. We're gonna jump into it too. Let's step right on in there with them. So as hard as it might be, we're not just gonna sit and take a load off because they're studying, they're doing their homework. We're gonna jump right in there with them. And that is not last. One more. This is last. So there's a lot of good content on social media, or excuse me, on YouTube about just project management, PMP exam prep, CAPM exam prep. What we're sacrificing though, first, any content that is not about the current exam. You can easily find and get lost in videos about how the exam changed, or you know, what it used to be like. That means nothing to you because you're not taking that exam, you're taking this exam. We're going to sacrifice that, first of all. Secondly, eventually we're going to step up the content. We're not going to look at information about qualifications to sit for the exam and what is project management. We know that already. Eventually we got to step this thing up now. Sacrifice foundational project management content like exam qualifications and what is project management. We got to step it up a little bit. Let's talk about risk in a project, approaches to dealing with risks. Let's talk about risk avoidance versus acceptance versus exploiting the risk versus mitigating. Let's talk about project initiation, so on and so forth. Let's get into the weeds a little bit. Sacrifice the kind of foundational, like I said, content, and even go so far as to what I wanted to do. I didn't eventually do it, but print out examples of project management documents that you can use in a project. People can do use certain applications to do different project management, I guess, documents, if you want to call it that. Actually make some yourself, or print them out yourself, or look at actual examples. Really get into the weeds a little bit more. Sacrifice the bare minimum is what I probably should have called it. Sacrifice the bare minimum video consumption, content consumption when it comes to project management. Push it a little bit. Get into the weeds a little bit. That is the last one. These are sacrifices that you make, small, but have a really big impact. They had a big impact for me, so I think in any kind of educational pursuit, these sacrifices will go a long way. Now, if, like Joseph Phillips says, somebody else did it, you can do it too. If I did these things, and trust me, I'm somebody that is addicted to social media too. I've done this like cold turkey type of thing quite a few times. Now it's deeper in me now, it's really not that big of a deal to me now. It just took some time. I'm grown now. But if it was hard for me and I did it, trust me, I imagine if you're watching this, you'll be able to do it too. That music, if you can cut that and get down to just maybe classical music for the time being, not lyrical music, if I could do it, you can do it. And parenting. Now, I'm naturally one of the best parents, one of the best dads in America. But if you cannot take advantage of the time while they're handling their business and just go sit down somewhere, that's hard. You can do it though, I promise you. Focus on them a little bit more, and in turn, you're focusing on yourself too. You're motivating them by sticking to your guns, stepping into that educational environment that we have set by putting them down to put their work in on their homework and studying and whatnot. Join right on in them. If you can do it, or if I could do it, if there's a lot of other parents who have knocked out the PMP or CAPM while being a parent and working full-time, if they can do it, you can do it. Ignore the content that is not relevant to your exam, the current one, and take it a step further than the bare minimum foundational type of videos that you find on here. So hopefully this helped. If you did, please like the video, drop a comment, let me know. I want to continue to be a resource. Ask any questions. I'm going to be monitoring that. And, I'm on my next educational pursuit. So, like I said, this can be adopted for anything. I'm doing them right now for my next thing. So, join in, let me know what you think, what questions you have, like it, subscribe. More will come in the direction of parenting and professional development. That's where I want to go with this. So I appreciate you watching. See you next time.